What is the great value of peer support? This is where we thrive as peer support workers. And sometimes it's simple as just showing up. There's a beautiful hashtag by our friend Yvonne Heath, and the hashtag is I just showed up. Peer support is very natural. Most of it is within the friendship mode. We provide peer support and we meet the peer where they are comfortable. We need to get onto their porch, into their homes, in the coffee shop. Sometimes with anxiety, they just have a difficult time getting out of the house, and we need to respect that. We always encourage them to seek professional help when they're in need. And peer support and mental health professionals are collaborative in our world. They work together. It's a collaborative approach. There are no regulations, as we mentioned, currently governing peer support, so ethics and principles of practice must be strong in all of us.
Let's look at the spectrum of peer support. The spectrum from the guidelines was one of the greatest gifts to Canadian peer support. At the top of the spectrum, there are 3 categories. Informal, when I meet a friend for coffee, or maybe just sit on a porch and hang out. Clubhouse, such as a senior center, chess club, social groups, a recreational focus is here. And self-help. This is where you go to yoga, have meditation classes, education, and talk about human rights. Let's look at formalized. This is an intentional gathering, such as Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Robin's Blue Circle, or Wings of Change. Moving into the workplace, this is where the workplace takes responsibility. And then we're into the community clinical setting, where there would be a trauma recovery group with a mental health professional and a peer support co-lead. And right into the clinical setting, which is hospital and recovery centers, such as Homewood and Bellwood.
As an example of self-determination, our own beloved Sid Gravel, the grandfather of peer support, who had a heart issue in 2019, he had to have his aorta repaired with open heart surgery. He was a power lifter and still is a power lifter. And that was very important to him. And after the surgery, he asked the surgeon, "Can I do powerlifting again?" And the surgeon says, "Yes, I fixed you up good enough. You can do powerlifting." So he was determined to get back in the saddle and powerlift, and also uses powerlifting for fundraisers to raise funds for the hospital that helped him. And there's a peer support group that was supporting him in his gym and making that happen. He was met with resistance from his physiotherapist by saying, "You shouldn't be doing this, it's too risky." But he knew that the surgeon had fixed him, and he knew that he could do it. And his self-determination powered him through. And you can see in the photo that he is just about ready to give up. He's exhausted at this one fundraiser. He had lifted thousands of pounds and done a great job. And he was so close to the end, and he needed that boost. And it was the peers that helped him. And it was his self-determination that helped him. He owned his recovery, and he's thriving to this day. He's still powerlifting with his wife and living a great life as an example to us as peer support workers and the peers that he supports, doing a great job.